case you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Hey, it's Will.
And this is Thomas.
We're back at the virtual spinner rack. This week, we're going to be checking out a horror fanzine made by legends in the industry today, most of which aren't with us anymore.
Sadly.
And just in case. Boom. And, but first, we're going to launch into the pre-show here and see what we got this week.
Talking about in the mail?
In the mail.
I hope you got something.
I did.
I've been,
working?
Packageless and working, unless you want to talk about a 700-page book of finished poetry. That's where I thought that was going to go.
I feel like we need to be naked and sitting around a campfire for that, so we'll just skip to what I got. What the? Trying to keep it clean for the podcast version. I ain't got time to edit out all my swears. So I got in a book that I backed from. He's popped in once in a while to say hello and trick the algorithm for us. Doc Blaylock.
Yeah, I remember Doc.
Yeah, he's actually a fine artist. His computer is in trouble, so he's having a sale on some of his very fine artwork, like ridiculous, like sale prices, just so he can buy another computer and keep going what he's doing.
That sucks. Yeah.
And a lot of it is to do with the book. So here's my big ugly face. Pariah, Mud and Blood.
Yeah, I remember you talking about those before.
Yeah. So Doc wrote it and did the interior art. This cover is
kind of swamp thingy.
It's a golem.
Oh, Earth Golem, huh?
Yeah. So this cover is by Jim. I'll figure out his name in a second because I forgot his last name because I'm on a spotlight here. And this is the cover that Doc did. Much darker. So, and there's like some cards and stuff in here. And it was published through Dark Gift Comics.
Dark Gift. I don't think I've ever heard of them.
It's a person.
Oh, it's a person?
Well, because everybody in indie comics now, they're their own publisher, so most of the time. So, hey, Alan, thanks for joining us. So it was kind of cool. I got mentioned for helping support him. And down the bottom, mature readers only.
That's why you threw the NSFW up there, baby.
Yeah. There's some ads in here for stuff coming out that he has coming out, but here's a look at the black and white interiors.
Not bad looking.
Yeah. For a painter, he does okay with a pencil and ink. Now, there was a third cover to this, but I had already spent my money before they showed it. It was by Luke Stone, and it was a great cover. Jim O'Reilly did the other cover.
Oh, okay.
I forget him. an Irish name like O'Reilly. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Nope, can't show that page.
O'Bannon.
Well, no, it looks pretty good, but
yeah.
And it's mature readers. This is the girl's grandfather, who had magic runs in the family.
Yeah.
So he had sensed that something had happened to his granddaughter. So he created the golem
To go fair.
to go save her and bring her back.
Yeah, I think in Jewish mythology, aren't they like the golems are a thing of revenge or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I think it's Mad Cave. It's off the. I read it on the Global Comics app. There's Shadowhawk. Yes, sir. I got mine in yesterday. Read it right away. Story was excellent. More importantly, I'm going to be in the next issue.
Oh,
okay,
sweet.
it's one panel and it's in a bar. Go figure.
Right, it like my second home.
I think it's in a nudie bar. I can't imagine why after 30 years I would show up at a nudie bar. But it was very good. It's like about 40 pages.
Oh hell!
Yeah,
so it's an extra long comic.
It's prestige format.
Square bound.
Like it doesn't look like it because of the art, but
Yeah.
You're not actually feeling the texture of the art. But the outside of the book has like a satin finish.
It's weird.
It just feels like awesome. And there's there was a couple of sketch cards that were done. One was just for people that signed up for pre-launch.
Yeah.
And the other one was anybody that backed a physical copy of the book got a card of the young lady who ends up taking control instead of making her own golem through the forces of nature on the magical realm. She makes contact and takes over the golem that her grandfather created.
Okay.
Grandpa doesn't like this because basically the human will merge, like their soul will kind of like merge with the golem.
Yeah.
And after she's taken it over, he sees the golem, eyes glowing red, which you can't see in black and white art. But he feels all the hatred and anger coming out of it. So
that's not good.
No. And the basis of the story is this girl that's working at one of those bars sees something she's not supposed to see. And they paid her off, gave her, he reached in his pocket, gave her a bunch of money. Now do the right thing and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
She ran to the feds.
That's not doing the right thing.
Nope. So
if you would have shut up, this whole comic wouldn't have happened.
You could have saved Doc 2 years worth of hard labor on this book.
If you would have just shut the hell up.
Would have been a shitty story though.
Girl sees something she shouldn't. Girl gets paid off. Girl goes home and watches TV.
When a girl that's supposed to not see something tells everybody what she saw, and it happens to be the Russian mob that did it. She got the crap beat out of her, and then everybody had some grapes. because you're not allowed to say grapes without the G on YouTube. So,
damn it,
that scene went on for. It will make everybody uncomfortable.
That's why it is suggested for mature readers.
Yes. So, but that's all I got this week.
Yeah, I didn't get anything this week. I did snatch up a couple books off the eBay.
Cool.
I saw them. One of them I actually already have. I'll show it when it comes in. It said very fine. The price was amazingly cheap, and I bookmarked it. And then the dude's like, "Oh, if you go ahead and buy it now, I'll give you $4 more off of this amazingly good price book." So I said, "Well, hell, I can't beat that." And I did order. I don't know if you read it, but apparently Steve Spurrier and I can't remember who his other compadre is are going to be writing a new John Constantine story. And they wrote one in like 2021. It went like 12 issues or something, like a little miniseries, Constantine miniseries that was reviewed as one of the best ones since, like Ennis. I'm like, okay, well, I need to read this. So I found the trade pretty cheap and picked it up.
Well, it depends who wrote the review, because as we know, a lot of what's considered high-end review sites are all pay-for-play sites. So,
yeah,
it's like, did you read the book? Oh, yeah. Well, how much to write a 5-star review?
Well, the thing with that is knowing Spurrier's reputation, I can hope it. I hope it's great, because I would love to read a great, Constantine story. It's like I picked up the new, and I know you're not picking up any new comics. I picked up the new Captain America by Straczynski, JMS.
Oh yeah.
And literally, I have not been able to stop thinking about it since I read the first issue. It is amazing.
I love his work. He's done like some great stuff over at AWA.
Yeah, I need to check out some more of his AWA stuff. I mean, and if I didn't love Cap and Thor and all that, I mean, he revolutionized Thor. I mean, he just brought Thor back from the brink. And he's got this massive run on Spider-Man that was so good. But the Cap, like literally, dude, the Cap leaves you on cliffhanger.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the whole Constantine thing is like really cool now, because I follow cover artist Chris Mad, who does like lots of indie covers. He used to do lots of stuff for Image when they first came onto the scene, like their second, third year stuff. He's in the middle of doing a commission, and he showed his pencils, like, on the Bristol board 10x17 of a new Constantine piece he was doing. I tagged Sean.
Oh, sweet.
And it's like, one hand is up, and he's got like the pentagram in the middle of casting a spell, and the other hand is just like there's just like a ball of fire like merging up out of there.
Yeah, Constantine is such a great character.
Yeah. So I saw a little bit of PR news before we came on. One of which I'm very excited about.
Okay.
It's another Dynamite book tied to Fire and Ice.
Sweet, really?
You need this book.
Uh-oh.
Just because it's pretty looking art. It's outright a Tigra special.
A Tigra special.
It is. It's the Tigra special. The closest I could come. I have no idea what's in it, because I didn't read the write up yet. I'm like, did Dynamite just do a Marvel swimsuit special with just Tigra? Because that would be cool.
God, everybody loved her back in the day.
I'm just in my wheelchair drooling. There was that, and there was something else, and I forget what it was.
Well, before you came on, I'll tell you about the PR I was reading. It's actually right here on my phone. And just, you ready for the headline? Joker, Year One, will reveal a new secret history of Batman's arch foe in 2024. Chip and Giuseppe, Andre Sorcha, and more. 3 issues. Blah 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 blah. The new secret history. Okay, I don't need a new secret history of the Joker. I don't want a secret history.
No,
we know
the history of the Joker.
We know a rough history of the Joker, but that's the whole point. If you read The Killing Joke, hell, watch the Dark Knight movie, people. The damn origin story he tells about how he got his scars and everything changes every time he tells it in the story. He no longer knows. That's the whole point.
Even going back, like way back in the comics, where they kind of retconned it for the '89 movie.
Yeah.
He was a nobody.
Yeah.
But it's the Depression, can't make ends meet, and somebody offered him a dirty job that he didn't want to take, but his wife at the time was with child. They didn't have any food on the table, and so he took the job. So they would hire a different nobody. This gang would hire a different nobody every time and call him the Red Hood, and they'd put this big dome on his head and the cap and all that stuff. I know, I got the figure. I got like 3 of them. And then Batman shows up. He falls into a vat of acid. In 1989, it was at the Acme Chemical Plant, which we found hilarious. Ergo Looney Tunes. Wile E pushed him. But that's all we need to know. The other year, a couple of years ago, they did this crap where we're going to finally tell you what Joker's real name is. No!
He doesn't even know his damn real name.
Yeah.
He doesn't know his real name. It is something I don't need to know. It's like, and I know it's going to sound crazy and people are going to get pissed off. It's like Wolverine's origin. It's Weapon X. I don't, all the other stuff can be okay, but I don't need a definitive Wolverine origin. We know he's a freaking 150 years old. We know the Canadian government tortured his ass and pumped him full of adamantium and then turned him into a savage killer. He was halfway already there to beforehand. We don't need anything else. All we need is they were grooming him to be a savage killer and original leader of Alpha Flight, and that didn't work out. No, because he rebelled.
We also know there's a really good story that goes back to World War II with Natasha Romanoff, Steve Rogers, and him because Steve actually met Logan in World War II.
Yeah, it's in X-Men 268, right?
Yeah, great story.
Yeah, that we have somehow not done on the podcast because we've been trying to do completely random crap that no one has ever read. See the stuff we do for you people?
Yeah, see? I'm going to take a quick look because it was in the stupid YouTube notifications.
Yeah. You can say they're YouTube. We know what kind of notifications they were.
They're not. I shut all those off. I was getting in trouble.
You were getting in trouble. But yeah, I mean, there's some things. I mean, it's okay to it'll extrapolate on it, but don't come out and say it's the definitive. This is no. I mean, these things change. They evolve over time. I mean, sometimes I think people want to write the greatest story of all time, and because of that, they miss the whole point of comic books being a damn continuing soap opera. They miss it.
Kind of like, even though I still buy them, but I buy them like out of the dollar box.
Yeah.
Dynamite has missed the entire "this is how you write" Vampirella from Warren.
They missed it. Yeah.
I'm like, no. I mean, some of them, like the miniseries, some of the miniseries they do are cool because they're nostalgic. Like Vampirella meets the Reanimator was really cool.
Yeah.
Barnabas Collins and Vampirella, awesome. The Dracula stuff is cool because it's just Dracula. Speaking of which, the Kelly Jones, Matt Wagner Dracula ends tonight.
Yes, at 11:59 or something like that.
Yep. So from Dynamite, they've got the license for Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Because Bruce Campbell's awesome. So the sequel to that comic is extended, thanks to support from fans and much more. So that book is going to be a lot longer. And of course, it's going to have 1,000,001 multiple covers. Because that's what Dynamite does, which is what usually causes people to stop reading Dynamite.
Well, I mean, sometimes that and story quality really.
Oh yeah.
I
mean,
mean,
that's the problem.
I've quit reading Betty Page, and you know as well as anybody who's paid attention to this podcast, for the years we've been doing it, I'm a huge Betty Page fan, and the first couple series of that were so good. The fact that they mixed, reality and fiction and all that, plus it was, Betty, it was great. And then now it's just silly.
So the Fire and Ice saga in comics expands. Tigra spotlighted in a special by Bill Wilmingham.
Really? Bill,
who just
gave Fables away.
Flipped the big bird to DC. Yeah, you guys suck with all this crap you're doing.
Yeah.
And on art will be Gabriel De Caro.
Not familiar with him.
No. Dynamite's collaboration with the families of Ralph Bakshi and Frank Frazetta and expanding the world and stories of their iconic film Fire and Ice continues this February with a special release turning the spotlight to fan favorite Tigra. I wonder why she's a fan favorite.
Never would have guessed.
With the jaw-dropping art style of Frank Frazetta and the innovative, timeless animation stylings of Ralph Bakshi, the character of Tigra was an instant hit with moviegoers in '83. Yeah, because we were all teenagers. Woo! Now Wilmingham is delivering a deluxe 40-page package for fans focused solely on her escapades. So it is not a swimsuit special. I'm sorry, folks. It's an actual 40-page story by Bill Wilmingham.
That's not nothing to complain about either.
No. In the cup, I see there's like 3 covers here, and they're all beautiful. Obviously, I do not see yet. He's probably still working on it. Is the Joe Linster cover, because Joe Linster is the official artist poster child for
Dynamite.
He does a variant cover for everything, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Scout has a new space adventure book by Timothy E. Beacon and Grant Fravelosh, co-writing. Ruben Gill on art. And Juan Manuel Canada Alguera as the colorist, and Letter Squids is doing the lettering. It's called Vectors. It's like we're thrilled to bring you the story of such an exciting and dynamic company as Scout, and we have the opportunity to work with such an incredible, talented group of creators, all of whom elevate Vectors beyond what we could have imagined, Timothy and Grant. The synopsis is: a NASA capsule unexpectedly crashes back to Earth after having been presumed lost in space for 50 years. I'm getting Planet of the Apes vibes. But its sudden return raises more questions than answers when it's revealed that its crew of 3 is not only still alive, but haven't aged since the day they launched. As the world becomes captivated by their startling story, the astronauts struggle to adapt to life in the 21st century while embarking on a far-reaching quest to uncover the mysteries and conspiracies surrounding their original mission, their unexplained disappearance, and ultimately the future-altering reasons of why they suddenly returned to Earth.
Huh. That actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm really cutting back on some of the books I'm buying, and I've been buying a lot more trades. I know I said that in the past, but there are a few books. Like I said, Cap was amazing. The Conan stuff by Titan Comics. If you have not read it, you need to read it. It's amazing. Jason Aaron is going to go to DC. He's actually going to write Superman, which is, sounds really good. And then
it sounded really good. The last Marvel guy that went to write Superman, look what that happened.
Yeah, well, that was Bendis. I told you he should have wrote Batman to begin with, and they should just left him there. That would have been awesome. That would have been amazing. What he just doesn't do good with. He is a ground-based, street-level writer.
Yeah.
I mean, his Daredevil run is absolutely one of the greatest Daredevil runs of all time. He did stuff in that run that just made you sit there and you turn the page and you're like, how in the hell did he do this?
Hey, Doc.
Got it in.
He fell asleep at his desk.
Damn, it sucks getting old, don't it?
Love the story.
But, so you had
I know what the other thing, the rumor mill was, we're going to hire an actor that looks 100% the opposite of Reed Richards.
Oh, yeah. Pedro Pascal. Yeah.
My first internet comment on that was, he looks too stupid to be Reed Richards.
He doesn't look too stupid. He's a great actor. I didn't have nobody. I had a couple people that commented or gave me an emoji on mine. I said, unless they hire Nick Cage as Dr. Doom, this movie's going nowhere. I do need to pick up I've got them over there to read the new Fantastic Four series. I know it's a spoiler if you haven't seen it, but did you see the picture of the Doomosaurus Rex? They say it's one of the greatest FF runs ever. They were talking about it in the comments online. Dr. Doom builds armor for a T-Rex or something. I don't know. I just got to pick them up and start reading them. Remember, comics are supposed to be fun.
We're throwing this back up there. This isn't going to be an all ages show. What do you call a lesbian dinosaur?
Oh my God. I already know, but you could say it.
Like a lot of puss.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh, that's an old bad joke.
But so we're going to take a quick look at this Kickstarter for Gannibal, the horror manga series in English. It's either already on as a TV series on Hulu, or it's in the midst of becoming one.
Hulu or Netflix?
Hulu, right there.
Oh yeah, I see the Hulu thing.
Yeah, so we'll play the trailer and then we'll take a quick look. It is a 13-volume set. It's expensive as hell. 441 backers, and they've raised $87,636 of $9,500.
best-selling 13-volume horror manga series from Japan has become a worldwide hit, a TV series on Hulu. And now, it's making its English-language debut. Daigo Agawa, a small-time policeman, is transferred to a small mountain village where he and his family are warmly welcomed by the locals. It's the perfect opportunity for them to start a new life, but the discovery of a strange corpse will upset those plans. Haunted by the words of his missing predecessor, Daigo decides to resume his investigation, learning along the way that the inhabitants of this village aren't quite what they seem. Discover GANNIBAL, a terrifying series rich in tension and suspense, now on Kickstarter.
It does sound good, actually, though.
Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty good and everything, but and Ablaze is the company that had the Sumerian.
Yes.
Who inside the book was called Conan. We discussed that the other week. Before Titan got the license.
The other Ablaze book that was really good is Animal Castle.
Oh yeah, they're on that app that I have, so I can actually read Animal Castle now. So
yeah, it's up to volume 2 now.
you can get like original sketches, only $750. I mean, that cover for volume 1 is just sick looking.
Kind of freaky.
Or maybe the Joker's in it. I see a crowbar.
You see a crowbar.
So kudos is just like
how much is it for the series?
We'll get to that. It's pricey. So kudos is gratitude for helping, and they will send you a 20-page digital preview of volume 1.
Which, if you've read any manga, 20 pages is not much.
Nope. It's just a tease. Kickstarter digital bundle, $15. GANNIBAL Volume 1 digital edition in PDF and CBR formats. GANNIBAL Volume 2 hardcover digital version, 40-page preview. Early bird, which is no longer available. Oh no, they still have it up there. 20% off of Volume 1 hardcover and digital for $32.
But as you said, it's already 13 volumes, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you can save like $20 off of the first volume. GANNIBAL Volume 1 hardcover and digital plus signed is $50. Early bird special, 20% off volume 1 through 6 digital for $60.
And that's digital.
Yeah.
That's not even anything you can hold.
Nope. Early bird special, 20% off volume 1 through 6 hardcover editions are $80. Wow. 1 through 13 digital is $150. 1 through 13 hardcovers are $185.
Damn.
Well, I think there's a box set of this too, so get ready.
Oh, in the slipcase.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I don't know, because it's manga, so it's like a big box with artwork surrounding it. Early bird, 20% off 1 through 13 hardcover box set. There we go. The hardcover box set is $200. So you can get the box set for $200, or you can save $15.
I'd just throw the damn 15 in and get the box set.
Yeah, right. The box set signed. Oh no, the box set plus the digital is $400. 1 through 3 gold box set is $500. What it is it's a gold foil hardcover edition box set, signed and numbered book plate with original sketch by the creator. Ships an exclusive collectible box not available anywhere else. Your name will be printed on a special thank you page in the back of the book, and you will get a social media call out by him. Great.
Huh.
Then there's a platinum edition, which is $800. Early bird special of volume 1 through 13, digital editions, $120. And that's like all they wrote. Take a bite out of crime. Crime.
The art looks good too.
Yeah.
Some of the manga art is very good. Some of it, to me, is a little ugh. But that looks pretty good.
We can take a look at the trailer of the actual TV show.
That won't get us thrown, banned.
Only in countries that don't watch us. And there's no audio, so if I leave the audio off, it probably won't do anything. Well, at least they didn't change everything for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Yeah, I don't like that guy. He's crazy.
How many episodes is it going to be, did they say?
No. They're probably just going to make it until it's not making them money anymore, and then they're just going to probably drop it.
Hulu's actually had some really good shows lately. The Prey was good. What is it? The Alien horror show I watched a while back was really good. Just a lot of really good shows. So, the quality's really been up there, I think, for them.
Yeah. The thing with Hulu is you usually wait, like right around Christmas time.
Yeah.
She'll cancel her Hulu, and then I'll sign up for it because they'll give it to you for $15 to $20 for the entire year.
Oh, cool.
On a special. But yeah, that's kind of neat. If you go to the campaign page, you can click here for a 16-page preview, so you can read like early into the story.
To see if you want to put that kind of money into it to actually finish it up.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be 13 volumes, folks.
And I'm like, $200. Something they're going to watch as a TV show for free, opposed to something that I have to invest in. I would probably be more likely to take that $200 over to Zoop, buy the Conan art edition.
Yes.
With the Sal Buscema cover signed by Sal Buscema for $200.
Yeah.
But this does look good. Here's a picture of like all the different covers and stuff. The painted covers look pretty awesome, and they're not small volumes.
No, none of the anime stuff ever is. It's always huge. I read honest to goodness, I read all of Battle Angel. and it took months, but I read it all. But
Yeah.
I don't even know how many volumes it is.
That's a pretty cool looking box that it comes in, though.
Yeah.
That's the $200 box. Oh, all the boxes are the same. It's just the books are different because these are like
the gold foil and stuff.
Yeah. There's the gold foil. It's just like on the lettering. And the platinum on the lettering. Oh, it's got a little.
You got a page marker.
Yeah, got a little
Page ribbon, yeah.
Sewn in page ribbon.
Silk.
There he is signing stuff. But keep in mind, they look huge up here. But down here, they're actually just manga sized.
Yeah, they're regular manga sized.
Yeah.
Which, as we discussed earlier, that size has become so popular that Marvel's fixing to start releasing trades in manga size.
Yeah, they think they're going to fool people.
Well, I mean, they're trying to tap into that other market, and they'll fit on the shelf, so it'll be a lot easier for them to, kind of, I don't say wiggle their way into that, because, superheroes are incredibly popular, and manga is, huge, but there's a lot of people that just they like that one format. So, I mean,
like
anything to grow the industry.
I think I've got like 2 volumes of like a TOS Star Trek manga.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was like 2 of issue 1 and 2 of issue 2. So I bought all of them. They were on like, a huge sale at the shop. So I bought all of them. And I gave 1 set to my friend John. I go, I know you're never going to read these, but they're cool looking. Like the covers were cool looking.
Oh, sweet. Well, I mean, sometimes, like I said, I've read a handful of manga. It's always been fun. Tell me you read all of this book.
I did not read the letters page, but I read the whole book.
Okay. Well, I didn't read the 2nd and 3rd letters page, but I read the first one.
I started to read it. It started to crack up because somebody wrote a letter into this fanzine who was having, and we see it in there because they show what it is. They're having an art contest.
Yes.
And this guy goes, is this art contest legit? Like this young dude who could be like anywhere from like, 10 to 20 years old. Doesn't want them to steal his awesome art and run away with it.
What's bad is the art contest is help Bernie Wrightston fill in what's going to be here. Paste your story over the little bubbles and draw what he's resurrecting on the table. Like, do you think you can make it any harder? Because I'm going to completely suck.
So somehow I have to draw a Frankenstein monster in Frankenstein's lab on the slab and write dialogue.
Yes. And hope it makes it. But yes, like I said, I stumbled across this last week. They're going to reprint it. That's how I stumbled across it. And it is a freaking horror fanzine.
Hey, Jason, how are you?
What's going on, man? Yeah, Web of Horror, America's Nightmare Magazine, Curse of the Yeti, weird illustrated terror with a cover by Bernie Wrightston. Dude, that is one big ass abominable snowman.
Yeah. And the back cover is just the front cover with no words.
With no words, which they did talk about how that was great. I do like the little creep guy or whatever his name is, the spider, who's in the story. It just pops up. He's like the crypt keeper or whoever you want to call. Now
this first page was just hilarious.
Yes.
The talent has a wonderful rapport with their editor. And the end is standing in the background with a whip.
With a whip. He's making sure they're going. Yeah. And then here's the judge examining your entries for the contest. He has no head. They chopped it off.
He must have been unkind.
Yeah. I do like the shh, don't disturb our cover artist. He's hard at work on the next issue. And it's Bernie Wrightston. Meanwhile, everyone enjoy this with sweet dreams. And this was all drawn by Bruner. Bruner is amazing. I mean, really, really. We do not talk about Bruner enough. Oh my God, dude. His early issue, well, Howard the Duck, but then also his early issues of Doctor Strange are absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, 52 pages. And now, granted, there are 3 letters to the editor in here, but they're like 6 stories.
Yeah.
And some of the stories were kind of repetitive.
Yeah, like I think it wasn't until the Santa Claus, like the first story, I was like,
You didn't like the first one?
I just saw it.
You saw it coming?
It was too plotting, you know?
Yeah.
I started getting into the Curse of the Yeti story. I go, okay, like towards the end, it grabbed me. But last time when we did that creepy magazine,
yes,
from the very beginning, I was like grabbed by like the first page, and I never looked back. I just kept going for more and more and more.
Yeah, this magazine definitely, some of the stories are better than others, but I don't think there's any real bad stories in it. But then, and a few of them do repeat. So yeah, we've got 52 pages, damn ton of stuff. Like we said last week, we're talking about it. The artists in this issue are Frank Bruner, Bruce. I can do any damn thing I want to, Jones. Mike Kaluta, Ralph Reese, Sid Shores, Bernie Wrightston, and the writers are Otto Binder, Bruner, Mike Frederick, Bruce Jones, and Sid Shores. So Dead End was the one you said you saw. You saw it plotting, art by Kaluta and script by Otto Binder. And this one's kind of easy, people. This guy works for an armored car security group, and he fantasizes about having money, like all of us. Please, God, let's have some money. And on his way home one night, he turns and doesn't pay attention, but he goes down this damn dirt, kind of abandoned road, crosses this bridge, and it says it's a dead end. Well, as he drives along, the story takes place in 1970, but he gets to a billboard that says 73. And then he keeps driving, and then there's one that says 75. So he realizes he's going forward in time on this road. So he hatches a plan to steal the damn money, and he turns around and heads back. So the next day, when he goes to work, he's going to heist the armored car and head out, which he does. And of course, he gets into a big argument with his partner and shoots him, which alerts the police, who head off after him. But he manages to make it down the dead end road and heads off. And he says, I just don't know how far I can go. I don't know how far I have to go. I just plan to go 7 years to 77. But there's no statute on limitations on murder. Maybe I should go a little further. So he starts and just keeps going. He goes to 82 and everything. Now he's starting to.
What's funny here is if you look at that top panel right there.
This one?
Yeah. So there's like this weird shape.
Yeah, it's a big cog.
Yeah, it's a big giant cog. But here's where I'm going. He thought he should stop at 77, and he should have. He would have been able to watch Star Wars. And that cog is in the shape of the Emperor's window in the Death Star.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, it foreshadows the Emperor's window. So
Yes.
what's cool is he keeps driving. When he reaches 82, he's starting to look for a damn off ramp, and there are no off ramps. The road just keeps going. He finally makes it to 97, and he's like, "Oh my God, there's no off ramp. What's going to go wrong?" And then he turns around and looks behind him, and his partner, who he's put in the back seat, is nothing but decayed bones at this point. And that's when he catches a glimpse of himself in the mirror, and he realizes he's aged all of those years.
Mm-hmm.
So he's aged 30 years or more. And he just continues on until, he finally the car breaks down at some unknown point in the future. And he's like, maybe if I just go a little bit further, I can find a way out. But he finally just makes it to the end of the road, and it's a dead end. And that's where, he dies sometime in the future. I do like on the last little panel here, he says, with his last strength, he drags the moldering sacks toward the beginning. So even the money had rotted. He went so far into the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was just like, a typical like Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, it was kind of Twilight Zone-y.
Yeah.
1970. There's your letters to the editor. This is the one I read. Yeah. Where somebody bitches about the little spider guy, whatever his name is. He's different because he's drawn by each artist a little differently. But Wrightston's is the best. I think you need to use that one. Dude, I have got a copy of Pacific Comics reprinted it in the 80s, and it's called Reese's Pieces. And it's a little mini series of Ralph Reese's like best work for horror magazines. He's amazing too. So yeah, Curse of the Yeti. I actually like this one. These hunters are out in the, in the Himalayas, and there's the abominable snowman, and, I didn't believe he existed. So they're going to take a shot at him, but it's making the abominable snowman's making noises. So one of the other guys says, "Hey, look, you can't shoot it. It's some kind of subhuman. It's related to us. That would be murder. You can't do it." So he stops him. But this is the guide / hunter here. He's like, he says, "I can get a pretty penny for a specimen of the abominable snowman, dead or alive. These prissy do-gooders aren't going to stand between a pile of money." So when the campfire goes down, everybody else is asleep. He heads out to chase the Yeti. And of course,
this dude obviously did not read the karma style story that came before his.
Yeah. I do love he heads out. He takes a pot shot at him, but misses. Mm-hmm. And of course, the Yeti just moving, as I guess Bigfoot do, jumping between crevices and moving along in the mountains. He's like, "Hey, I'll get ahead of him and cut him off." He does manage to shoot him in the leg. But he's still throwing rocks at him and everything. So they chase him, but then he chases the Yeti to this damn dude. It looks like freaking Stonehenge.
Yeah,
it's Stonehenge in the middle of the Himalayas. The guy's like, "Oh," he says, "was a grueling game of hunter and hunted. The hours pass and dawn approaches. There he is, but this place he's hiding in, it looks almost man-made." And the guy's just, the Yeti's trying to say something to him, but he doesn't understand. You can't escape it now. And he shoots him. And he says, "I wonder why he came in here. It's an old altar stone. There's some strange writing on it. I've never seen it before. Maybe this place is worth money. I'll show the scientists this too." So he's in there. And finally, the light comes through one of the, like the solar openings. And the guy turns around and he realizes he can read the writing now. This is what's happened. All of a sudden, I could read the writing. So whoso kills within the sacred circle shall bear the curse of the eternal snows. Oh, well, I got no time for curses, even if I can read them. Well, you got to drag this body somewhere so that it'll stay fresh. Of course, while he's dragging the body out, somebody starts taking pot shots at him. He says, shoot, that dark figure, it must have been the Yeti that kidnapped Larch. So his friends think that he got kidnapped in the middle of the night, and now they're after him, trying to save him. But he's actually killed the Yeti. And then he starts to yell at them and let them know, hey, look, it's me. But nothing comes out. It's like mumbling. And then he starts to realize he's turning into the damn Yeti.
Welcome to the eternal snow curse.
Exactly.
Jackass.
Yeah. So my Yeti tongue can't talk. I can't tell him who I am. And then dude, the last panels got me. He says, when they shoot him, he says, it must have killed Larch. He's wearing his watch and there's his gun. There's another dead one over there that he's been shot, but Larch's body is nowhere around here. It's strange. And the guy's like, this is even stranger, Bill. Look, this inscription, it's in English and I can read it. Guess who's got to be the next?
You know what they say. Don't kill no Yeti, won't be no Yeti.
Don't kill, you won't be no Yeti. Yeah. Read on, gentlemen. You'll find the inscription, the tale, the most surprising ending. Did you like the Santa Claus one?
I like this.
This was funny. And it's Bruner. So the art's absolutely amazing. A gruesome little tale for you. So in an isolated Romanian village shivers the freezing gales of winter. So in the village, kind of one day shows up a count and I guess his assistant. They check into the hotel. And then the next night, people start disappearing. And then as it progresses, you know, people just keep disappearing for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Mostly women, as we see.
Yeah, mostly women. Yeah, he says it's not good.
They taste better.
Yeah, they taste better. These unsolved murders, the people are staying indoors, and if I'm unable to find the killer. Yes, Burgermeister, I'm afraid it's going to spoil the holidays. I'll have to question everyone. I can't afford to take chances. You're right.
Burgermeister Meisterburger? A yo-yo?
Oh, damn it. What do you mean? So they head to the damn hotel to see the count. But he's not in his room. The room's empty. He's supposed to be here. Well, I'll catch him yet. You let me know if he tries to leave or enter. Yes, sir. So after the Burgermeister leaves, the innkeep goes to the cellar where we see a coffin. And then coming out of the coffin is our vampire here. The town is wise. They won't go out. And I have no way of entering their homes, but I must have what I need. So that's cool that they go back and talk about that because, you know, old vampires couldn't enter your house unless you invited them in. So they keep talking, and he says not the Burgermeister, but then he keeps like, Christmas is going to come. You know, the Christmas arrives, and despite the curfew, the towns fear the festivals proceed. Meanwhile, below the tavern alone, Count Alphonse is getting more desperate. Monsieur, I cannot continue to lure people into the inn. You fool! I'll have to. Oh no! Besides, me and the mistress have become suspicious with Christmas here. And what? What did you say? Christmas? You know, Santa Claus. Shut up! I think I'm getting a plan. So Christmas Eve, the townspeople get into bed early in the expectation of a joyful Christmas morning. All the little kiddies come downstairs, and look, it's Santa Claus. Only he's got fangs. Yeah. What are you little ones doing up so late? Just then, another figure appears from the fireplace. The surprised Count Offense turns. What? So, the most powerful mutant in the Marvel Universe shows up.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Next morning, the parents are shocked to see the children fast asleep on the floor. But no explanation could be gotten from the children, just a strange gift in one of the stockings. There's the cross they used to kill the vampire.
Oops.
Dude, that was a cool little story, though. It was.
That was like, you know, how far south can we take the Grinch story?
How far south can we take the Grinch story?
About that south.
Dude.
And ads for 8mm horror movies.
Yes. Bela Lugosi, Dracula, 8mm. And did you see the stupid price on it? $6.75 plus shipping, 25-cent shipping and handling. Why the hell why can't we go back in time? Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. That's not a great movie, but it's okay. The Mummy is good. 1 million BC is good. For $6.75, 8mm.
Well, the other thing is we are currently probably both too lazy to actually thread the film through an 8mm projector to watch it.
Oh, shut up. Drink some coffee. Oh, my God. So here's your Web of Horror comic art contest page. Yeah. Yeah, so you didn't read that? Yeah, finish the art in the pencil or ink, paste over the balloons of the legend panel, and letter in your own script and send your entry to Web of Horror Comic Artist Contest Magazine, Franklin, New York. Sorry, no entries can be returned. You decide as you collaborate with comic artist Bernie Wrightson on this Web of Horror contest centerfold. No. I'm good, but I really appreciate you making the offer.
So you want me to draw something in the middle of this double splash page from Bernie Wrightson? I'm going to have to go with.
Did you?
Okay.
Yeah, whatever the hell that was.
It was a no pen.
I had no pen.
So my daughter was little.
There's some more letters to the editor. I did not read all of them. I read one or two of them, but nothing. This was a little different. I didn't like this one as much. You know, two people crash land in a plane. Mm-hmm. We're the only survivors, unfortunate ones. So they, head out to find something. And, of course, old Blondie hears, I'm getting hungry. They hadn't even seen any birds or anything. He says, don't worry, my friend. We shall eat. I'm an experienced hunter. I've come from a long line of hunters. And the guy, this big old dude, kind of chunky, comes back with a damn, like a goose or something, whatever hell bird.
Goose or a pheasant or something.
Yeah, something. Says, wow, I'll build a fire and cook it. So he cooks it. And he eats it. He's like, it tastes pretty good. He says, don't you want to eat anything? He says, I'm not hungry yet. And he's strange. He's a big man. He ought to have a big appetite, but maybe he'll eat. Maybe he ate on the plane. So 2 days later, the guy's like, he says, man, you sure are a great hunter. He keeps bringing him food and he's eating. He's like, but why aren't you eating? He says, it's okay. I prefer to take my meals at night. My needs are small. He's right a big there. Old guy.
Right there. I think we pretty much figured out. It's another story.
Yeah, it's a vampire. Yeah. It's just like the old Blondie's like, I've never seen anything. I've never seen him eat. He just keeps getting stronger while I keep getting weaker. And he's like, I just can't go on. Of course, and then during the night, he finally wakes up. What? You're moaning in your sleep. Did you have a nightmare? My throat is stinging, it's burning. It must be the dry air. You'll be all right. And he's like, you're a vampire. Yes, a vampire. You've been sucking my blood while I've been asleep. That's your food all this time. That's why I've been so weak. You've been feeding on me like a parasite. Turn yourself into a bat or something and fly and leave me alone. This is cool, though. I can't turn myself into a bat, ugly creatures, nor do I sleep in a coffin, nor does daylight kill me as you have seen. They are all mere superstition. This is kind of a scary vampire. And of course he does overcome the guy, and finally the next day, a plane does come down. The guy sees it, and he said, I'm saved at last. And he knocks the hell out of the vampire with a rock and then runs to the people. He says, I'll tell them I'm the only survivor. I mustn't let them see my neck till it heals. But why am I trembling? Why is my veins trembling? And he says, hello, my friends. Just excited. Oh my God, so good to see men. They look so healthy and well fed. I'll be good to get back to civilization. He's turned to a vampire.
Yeah.
Dude, this blinking eye would have been cool as hell to have. $1 for an eyeball that you put on your forehead and it blinks. I know
a suction cup.
Yeah, it's a suction cup. And the black widow spider would have been kind of cool. I never liked fake teeth though. Okay.
I do now.
You do now.
I ain't got none now.
It's because you need something to chew your food.
Yeah.
Point of View, written and drawn by Bruce Jones.
Yeah.
This man is way too damn talented. I mean, I wouldn't say this is the best art in the book,
but it's surprisingly good.
It's probably the second best, though. I mean, and it's typical. This is something that's out of Alien Worlds. Damn spaceship crashes. It crashes. The guy survives. And he moves out, and he's trying to find something to eat. But there seems to be no animal life anywhere. He just keeps coming upon all these mushrooms. These, there are mushrooms everywhere. In this damn tropical sun. And finally he comes. That's a really nice panel, dude. For economy of line, talk about art, economy of line, you see where everything's at in that top panel and know what the hell's going on. So he says, exhaustion and hunger having their effects, coming to a small clearing, the first of the things. So they see this humanoid monster sitting on its hunches, eating these mushrooms. He says, what in the name of God is it? And then, he looks around before he, startles them. And then there's more monsters. And of course, one of them comes behind him and he's like, get away from me, you filthy brute. And he goes to shoot him with his gun, but it won't go off. He's got a ray gun. And he gets, terrified and then runs away. And he just runs and runs until he, finally falls down in exhaustion, and he's hungry. So he decides he's going to eat the mushrooms. He says, what have I got to lose? In fact, he starts eating them. He says, they're great. These are delicious. They're some of the best things I've ever eaten. His stomach fills and he falls asleep. And then when he wakes up, there are beautiful women and a guy standing over him, and they're nude. It's like, who are you? Where are you from? He says, of course.
Why are you naked?
Yeah, why are you naked? Of course you wouldn't speak English. Too bad, because if you did, I'd tell you how lovely you are. And then, of course, they take him and show him to their city. He says, it can't be real. These people, I've got to be losing my mind. And, of course, he sees a damn, the rescue ship finally comes. So he heads towards it. And, it lands. I love the fact that it's old school and the damn rescue ship lands like a rocket.
Yeah.
It doesn't just land like an airplane. It lands like a rocket. So he heads out, and of course, as the men leave the ship, good Lord, Captain, what in the name of? They see see him as he comes through the bushes. He says, you burst through the underbrush upon your unsuspecting rescuers. You watch their faces turn from surprise to shock to horror, and they shoot him. He says, as the thick grass rushed up to meet you, you lay scrawling beneath 3 men, your life ebbing, and you hear their voices. Phew, that was a close one. He was almost on us. That ugly brute, that fungus-like Fuhrer, how hideous. What in the world do you suppose it is? So he had become the creatures he despised earlier in the story. And that's why he saw all the other people as beautiful. They're actually the fungus people.
Yeah, it was a little crazy.
It was what?
It was a little crazy.
A little crazy. I liked it. Now more 8mm movies. Dude. War of the Planets. I've never seen that one. I've never seen Mummy's Tomb. And I don't think I've seen Crocodile Thrills. But Creature from the Black Lagoon, one of my favorites. I love that movie.
Yeah.
And finally, we get to the last story. Feed It.
Now, this first big oversized panel, that dude looks like the Joker. Like
this one,
face-wise, like 1970s animated Joker. Yeah.
Really long, thin. Yeah. Art, script by Mike Frederick, art by Bernie Wrightston. So this guy comes out of nowhere. He says, hurry up. Hurry up, you fat lout. We've got to feed it before dawn. The villagers are almost caught us tonight. You were so slow. So the guy is carrying something in a backpack, or not a backpack, but a satchel. Yeah. He says, I was the one who found it and lured it from the pen. I had the intelligence to figure out how to use the village to take care of it cheap. Of course, they head into the damn castle and it's dark. Stop your crying. You know, it needs dampness. It needs dark as well as food. We must keep it alive. Shut up. The American circus promoter will pay us for it. He says, don't pass up your weak stomach now that now move your fat snail. And of course, the guy just keeps going. They head down through the freaking doorways, open all the little passages. And then the guy slips and drops his bag. He says, no, you couldn't. This is terrible. That's the only thing it should eat, if you killed it. So we discover that, you don't feed your, don't you feel your destiny working against you when you rip open your precious sack and discover dead? There was a person that was alive in the sack who died in the fall. You degenerate fool. You've really done it. But it was heavy. The floor was wet. And I slipped. But it'd been alive, and it needs it alive to eat. There's only one chance. But we can go get another one. And then those old guys just gone Looney Tunes. He picks up the stab mace and attacks his partner. He says, nah, disable. He beats his legs. He says, thus the meal is ready. My leg. And the guy drags him into this damn cage and ties him up. He's like, you fat grease, you barely could squeeze through. Ha ha, you'll feed it. You will. And then we see some slight scales right there.
Yeah.
Even in death, the fat fool causes me problems. Now I've got to dispose of that other body. And he slips. This old guy slips. And my back. Oh, no. I'm paralyzed. My legs. I can't move. I'll use my hands to crawl out of here. Oh, dear Lord. The door closed. I locked it. And the key's out there. And then there, the last panel, he says, oh, poor Joseph. Your big plans have backfired. All your safety precautions have failed. The man-eating discovery is escaping. Only the bulge of its latest meal keeps its huge, gaping jaws from your helpless, paralyzed body. So he's got to sit there until the snake dissolves enough of the other guy that it can crawl through the damn doors and eat his ass alive.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's terrible.
It sucks.
Get yourself a Venus flytrap.
Yeah, Venus flytrap, your Frankenstein monster mask, and then there's the cover art with no words.
Yeah. So you know, like any kid loving the horror stuff is ripping the back cover off of all three of these issues and just
Pasting them on the damn wall.
Taping it up to his wall because it looks cool.
Or a fanzine, I thought it was
and
really
then 5
good.
minutes later, wondering why the front cover won't stay on anymore.
Damn it. Yeah, for a fanzine, I thought it was really good. Some of the stories you could see, the Bruce Jones art is just, my God, dude. He drew another issue we read one time, and it was amazing. And I was like, do you really think he could draw this good? Did the inker, go over it? No, he's really drawing this well. He can do anything. But yeah, I really enjoyed some of the stories in here. About, I'll say 3/4 of them were A+.
Oh yeah,
and the other ones weren't terrible. So did you pick out something for next week?
Next week is Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. Next week we'll be on vacation. Have to pick something out for the week afterwards.
We'll be like this.
In a coma.
Yeah.
In a turkey coma.
Well, I won't be in a turkey coma.
Why?
She'll be because I don't do anything for Thanksgiving. I don't do anything for the holidays.
Get you something to damn eat.
Oh, I'll have food. So, how about when we come back?
Finally doing that deluxe Killing Joke.
The deluxe Killing Joke with the bonus story in the back.
That I have never read.
Me neither, so it'll be a first. So, if you don't, now you're just finding out that there's like a whole bunch of like cool.
Oh yeah.
Bonus stuff in the back.
Bonus art. Oh yeah.
But yeah. There's a never before seen story in the deluxe edition
of Killing Joke.
The deluxe hardcover edition of Killing Joke.
Which, people, if you haven't picked one up and you need one, go to Ollie's. That's where I picked them up.
Yeah, they're like what, $3.95 or something.
Yeah, I got them for $4 a piece. I was like,
yeah,
this is stupid. Okay, I can spend $4.
If you live up north, like this sucker behind the book does, get yourself a friend down south, because anything that comes up here, they jack the price like triple.
Is that what it is?
Because $3 hardcovers down south, up here, they're like, $8 to $10. But it's still not $25. But I don't want to pay like $9 for a book that I just watched you
watch me buy for $3.
Yeah, I'm like,
damn it.
So we will be off next week for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And all that fun hootenanny stuff.
And then be back with the Killing Joke.
And then we'll be back with the Killing Joke.
We can even tell the terrible joke at the end.
Mm-hmm.
You'll cut the flashlight off.
Was that in the Killing Joke? I thought that was in Arkham.
It's a Killing Joke.
My bad. So we'll actually be back. We won't be back for the rest of the month.
Be December.
Yep.
And then sometimes maybe we need to read Santa Claus Wanted Dead or Alive.
Sure. Why not?
Why not?
Right after the Killing Joke.
Right after the Killing Joke.
So until then, enjoy your turkeys and hams and pies.
Have a Merry Christmas and Thanksgiving, all that stuff.
Happy Thanksgiving. We'll
Yeah,
be back
one
before
time.
Christmas. We're going to be back on the 1st of December. So until then, we wish you all a fond fadoo and fondue.
Fondue.
Fondue you too.